Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, and I'm doing this with sunlight coming through so you can see that Cape Cod actually does have sun, even before all the tourists get here. This is such a treat. Yeah, I walked in the dark this morning. It was starlit. Love that. Today I will go to the rec center just because it's easier with all the construction and the traffic and the noise pollution. It's just easier for me to go to the rec center. I've got my little routine down. I usually do 45 minutes there. And so I find 45-minute long podcasts and I just have at it. It's fun. So this topic for the day is, if you live with people that are not keto-fied, how do you handle it? Here's my tip. Get your own part of the cabinet. Get your own shelf in the fridge. Get your own keto-fied little area on your countertop. Don't worry about the fashion police or the house decor police showing up. Make your kitchen a working kitchen. And so if you have in your little neck of the woods your scale, your oils, your measuring cups, your measuring spoons, and all of those things at a reach, and it works for you, do it. Just do it. I'm able to do my kitchen any way that I want. People, have seen what my kitchen looks like. It's cozy and crowded, but I don't have any excuse for not measuring, weighing, grabbing that tool that's going to save me. I don't do any whatever. This looks like it works. I don't do that. It is in my DNA now to be structured and disciplined with my keto food plan. But if I was living, I am surrounded by Greg's goodies. And if I ever did what I've got in my fridge and cupboard and freezer, you would die, because it's probably everybody's binge foods right then and there. But I developed the little habit of squinting. What is squinting? Squinting is not seeing those things over and over and over again. And I think they call it something like exposure in the therapeutic world. You just expose yourself to the goodies that you have to learn to squint at long enough, and it becomes this wonderful habit where it's like, if he said to me, "Where's my such and such?" The white flour, bad oil, sugar item, I'd say, "I don't know," because I'm squinting. So I'm happy about that. But if you do live with somebody and you're still in that area, getting a drawer or a cupboard space or a shelf space or a fridge shelf, and then learning to only focus on that shelf when you open the fridge door, the freezer door, the cabinet door, or the drawer. There are your things. Now, what I would suggest, if they have more crap and garbage than you have keto stuff, find the biggest area for them to be in. Maybe your little corner of the woods is just a little shelf far away from there, so you don't even have to open up the cabinet and say, avoid looking at shelf 1 and 2 and only look at shelf 3. Just get yourself your little nooks and crannies in your house, because, we can flash back to all of the Sarah Smackdowns. Who's going to do it for you? Greg wouldn't. I don't even know that Greg knows what I do. All I know is that he gets a potato or noodles or some sort of pasta along with his keto meal. He doesn't know that he's eating a keto diet with added carbs. That's how I keep it real simple around this house. It may look like I'm making 2 different meals, and sometimes I am. Sometimes I'm happy with my big salad with some animal protein in it and lots of organic lettuce and cabbage and all that good stuff. And he's having like a leftover that suits him fine. But learn to squint and find that little space to call your own. Nobody else is going to go near it. Are they really going to be going near what you've got in your keto cupboard? Not likely, right? They're going to be aiming for the garbage section if you still bring it into the house. But for some people, it's really, really hard. I get comments all the time. And so it's as simple as that. It's like, okay, big girl panties, big boxer briefs. I'm going to take care of myself. Period. But after saying that, then the action must begin. You can't say I'm going to take care of myself and then leave everything as is and fight the urges every time you come across a piece of their stupid bread or wrap or, leftover pasta that they had as a takeout sitting on the the fridge shelf. When you open up the fridge, somebody had some yogurt with sugar in it the other day. It's just how do you get that away from your eyesight and not be susceptible to caving? Being susceptible is a very fragile place to be. And if you're susceptible, which means if you're not like totally ketofied and you still got issues and you still struggle with all of it, treat yourself as the fragile person that you are. There's no heroes in the keto way of eating. There's no heroes in the keto lifestyle. There are superstars and there are rock stars, but that's because they've become ketofied and they really, truly are focused on themselves, on their food plan. The dervishes are going to whirl over there with their garbage and their ways, and, they are clueless about you and what you eat. That's okay. They have the right to be clueless, and you have the right to be disciplined and structured and a keto rock star. And you want to be, right? So if you're confronted with something that is not on your food plan, is not a keto-approved, keto-friendly food, and you're pulling open the container to have it, stop. Think for a second. Is there something you can do? Set the timer on your stove. Have a glass of lemon water. Leave the freaking kitchen. Boy, the kitchen's a magnet for me when I'm home alone. It's like, come and eat me if I haven't planned. But I plan out my food in the wee hours with my first sips of the bulletproof coffee. So I'm not going to get into trouble. Or I'm bulletproofing myself so every strategy is in place so I'm safe. I don't want to dance with garbage anymore. I don't want to wreck what I've got. I love my momentum. I don't think of having those injurious things anymore. I squint at Greg's garbage, and it's everywhere, but I don't see it anymore. Whatever that exposure therapy is, it worked. It's not in my, I just don't see it. It's just, I've got the horse blinders on, and I only see keto. It's like keto has like this neon like aura or light to it, so I can just like beam into like my oil tray where all of my little oils all live. My avocado oil, my macadamia nut oil, my coconut oil, my EVU, my spray EVU Nature's Promise, PAM thing, and all those sort of wonderful fats. In the fridge is duck fat, sesame seed oil, butter, lots of butter, things like that. Most of you know that I went to have my little old standard favorite of yogurt with peanut butter in it, and I couldn't take a second bite, and I had to toss it all out. What happened there? That was my go-to. That was when I was doing low carb, high fat, and so the Fai full fat yogurt, which I thought I adored, and my cashew butter or almond butter or even Teddy's peanut butter, those 2 tablespoons of that, it just didn't work anymore. And maybe I'd have the nut butter stuffed in celery again one day. I haven't been buying celery. So it's just interesting how the tastes change, and my keto food plan is really pretty simple. I'm not dancing with the devil that has a better idea than me. So if you live with unketoed people, get your little cozy corner nooks and crannies and shelves and cabinets that are just all yours. And have the poison sign on the outside of the cabinet for your stuff, you know, for where your eyes want to take you. Nobody's coming into your house to do an inspection, even though they showed it on Inside Edition the other day. They aren't coming in to see if you know, like, why do you have this great big, you know, poison X with the circle thing, you know, on your cabinet? Other people aren't going to care until you develop the, I'm pretty safe now. I can remove signs. I can, you know, have things in the fridge that, like, were formerly tempting but aren't now. Treat yourself as fragile. You're learning a way of eating, and for most of us, we choose to make this a lifestyle that we're going to take with us to the grave, God help us. And so, you know, it takes some time. There's a lot of miles out of the woods, especially if you're an older woman who's had crap all your life like I did. You know, here I am at 64, learning, you know, what high fat, low carb is, and then to move on to keto under 20. Yeah, it took a long, long time. Old habits die wicked hard. And as soon as you're stressed or sick or angry or hangry or emotional, for any emotional reason, you know, you're going to default back to the carb loading person that you may be, medicating with those carbs. I'm going to make myself feel better. That's what I'm going to have. You don't have to go there today. Arm yourself with your keto-friendly foods. You don't want to slip. You don't want to slide. You don't want to stall, if you can help it. Thanks so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto Under 20. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.